After plenty tension and news about the issue of Yenga, where the Saloon border with Guinea at the Kisiteng Chiefdom, Kailaon district, Radio Democracy, Kanwaka, starts na Kwendu, when at the Big Tongue, 2 miles to Yenga, and the tension, he descends some na the tongue, but no bin tap day. Akam na Pengu Bengu, na the side where Saloon soldier and don't base now, and from Pengu, you see the Guineans there. So that mean all sit down they watch themselves. But I be asked whether they will allow me for cross. But this now advice from one of the military officers then, we according to them are not safe. And my safety no guarantee. How far the checkpoint is from here?
Something like 300 meters.
So that means they don't move from the normal base where they meet.
They don't come before yeah. Because until I go on any job, we are far in short like whatsoever. Then we refuse until they want to prepare for. So we say.
But another side, again, we say the Saloon troop base, na Sokoma, where another village very close to Yenga, where the Guinea soldier them be one can take. After when they don't take over Yenga, this has been the description of waiting they happen na Sokoma. So na the Basadi. Na the cross.
Yes.
Na yanda Oba
na Guinea.
Oba na Guinea, right?
Yes. Na the band this. Na the Watadi. Okay, let's start the big video.
Usan.
But they don't put the bata and the baking. They put the baking under for claim na Yenga. Now yanda na the camp is open.
Okay, this one is one of the camp.
Na the camp.
This one is from this one.
Yenga na be ide.
So na Guinea, I call that one.
Nongoa.
Na the young turn and
yeah.
The program Good Morning Saloon they continue as we hear from Wampa with airline story. Them today we look at the current situation na Yenga and the living, how the people wait up na Yenga they live. And inside the studio we get for talk to security sector and also civil society and member of parliament from that part of the country inside the program today Good Morning Saloon. But we start for look at issues we say during the rebel war at Saloon. Guinea peacekeeping troop been based na Yenga na the Kisiteng Chiefdom Kailaon district for Epsilon and the Feds. But 23 years after the war, Guinea troops still based na Yenga inside Saloon. And plenty complaint on the come out from people we tap na Yenga about where they allege say the Guinea soldier them can treat them bad. And this behind them, they been fire gunshot say. Waiting at the current situation na Yenga, I've been there and put this report together. After plenty tension and news about the issue of Yenga, where the Saloon border with Guinea at the Kisiteng Chiefdom, Kailaon district, Radio Democracy, Kanwaka, starts na Kwendu, when at the Big Tongue, 2 miles to Yenga, and the tension, he descends some na the tongue, but no bin tap day. Akam na Pengu Bengu, na the side where Saloon soldier and don't base now, and from Pengu, you see the Guineans there. So that mean all sit down they watch themselves. But I be asked whether they will allow me for cross. But this now advice from one of the military officers then, we according to them are not safe. And my safety no guarantee. How far the checkpoint is from here?
Something like 300 meters.
So that means they don't move from the normal base where they meet.
They don't come before yeah. Because until I go on any job, we are far in short like whatsoever. Then we refuse until they want to prepare for. So we say.
But another side, again, we say the Saloon troop base, na Sokoma, where another village very close to Yenga, where the Guinea soldier them be one can take. After when they don't take over Yenga, this has been the description of waiting they happen na Sokoma. So na the Basadi.
Na the band
na the cross.
Yes.
Na yanda Oba
na Guinea.
Oba na Guinea, right?
Yes. Na the band this. Na the Watadi. Okay, let's start the baking video.
Usan.
Inside the but they don't put the bata and the baking. They put the baking under for claim na Yenga. Now yanda na the camp is open.
Okay, this one is one of the camp.
Na the camp. Yes.
This one is from this one.
Yenga na be ide.
So na Guinea, I call that one.
Nongoa.
Na the young turn and
yeah. Na the brain of the ferry, they get ferry under.
Ferry get ferry.
Yeah,
and the controller now.
Yes, they don't pull them canoe, they don't go to the end of that. Well,
I think they see movement from this mango tick.
Mobile, watch one of me do that mango tick and people in it. So mango tick, so your man in it again is so near it. Now they pack so. Okay, right now, they watch you while they watch them. Okay, this no can go on Tiro.
So from Musat maps to Nagina, this is so these are
that radio that pole is in
Nagini poles, the mosque, everything. As I mentioned earlier, the tension between Saloon and Guinea for Yenga don't be for long term.
Ibrahim Ba from Kwendo. Like me, I'm a bike man. The tension we don't start for a very long time. But like if you don't become a touch between we the civilians and self-being at the other side, always in attention we will not for do this, we will not for do that, and then get the place till we able to deploy soldiers on the ground.
What in there what you can do then say not do?
Like then say we not for even for passenger and the place. We will for wait till passenger can come into it. And waiting them feel for like happen and for happen day. What you feel for do day.
What are some of the incidents you don't reckon?
When we go plan the street lights and what is when Yenga and with the flag what we put up there. Guinea man and can broke they smash everything to pieces. Smash everything. They even pull the flag and burn and like we self you spend will be now in a street way like we'll be raising up the tension. We say we'll go for cut staff every rope. So just and can these are make a lot of threats. Till we own authorities and can tension with them. Say law left the law no retaliate. Law not on that law left. Well, one time we ride out and don't be one of rider there then damage and or like the soldiers then.
Guinea soldier then.
Yes, the damage and they even cuts near Yaya in Un. Or like we self we go to your intention, we beat soldiers and then cross over all also touch them. Some then are swing and swing go.
The Guinea soldier then?
Yes, but later on we authorities in can the intention we it's a lot left all thing. Yes.
Lately again they say young people at this place mobilize and want for attack. Is that true?
Yeah, we mobilize, we come na Pengo Bengu, we been come for country na Yenga, but like the stop we still don't come. We be know the reason we think out today.
Still Asukuma.
They talk to Tamachofula in a youthman, Asukuma village. Guinean then be stopped with for law no enter now swam then. But after that then I the Guinea Parliamentary chief and the Salon Parliamentary chief then come meet up na their own meeting, then do the agreement that day. Then we give we go ahead say so for law continue do we work now we swam. But after that by then 4 to 5 o'clock now we see the Guinea man then come on Guinea then count arm then can't take the whole turn. So na this turn then can't interview the par but the meeting with them hold then he won't tell and say then no one see then Yeri say the Salon soldiers and there and then say na Guinea then no one see Salon soldiers and so after that day then go back. So that next day we have Yeri we then shoot 3 times that next day. So we back we get 2 soldiers and so that morning now then give the report. So that Monday now begin to see the Salon soldiers are back begin focus inside. So for now we get Boku Salon military then
How lifestyle like for una?
Well the life is difficult for we because we're not really happy. The life is difficult. As you see, the old town people then don't run away like that. Wednesday, try the people then run away to go Kwendu, then villages, then all then pack them bundles and then go. Now we demand them no more there with one woman then back na Santen then can camp. So na net then can go back na Kwendu.
Una keep go na una farm then?
No, I they go na farm, but people then na bush with weapon. You don't know who that they go meet and they were then a Guinean and then wicked.
From Pengu Bengu, Sokoma, my next stop na Kwendu again. As all this be meeting they go on na Kwendu, we said authority them from Saloon come all meeting. What's in the people that make up of this meeting and what's in they expect?
Let the president talk with him, president. Let we know within the short possible time would I get Yenga. If not a weekend, would they let I give them?
Inside this meeting, government of Saloon send Minister of Internal Affairs, National Security Coordinator, Deputy Chief of Defense Staff, Deputy Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs, Director of Trade, Minister of Trade, Director of Trade and Investment, Resident Minister East, Director of Border and Provincial Security ONS, Army Chief of Staff, Brigade Commander East, Battalion Commander, 1st Infantry Battalion. These are the delegation where come on inside Saloon for this meeting na Kwendu. The only person where come on Guinea for attend this meeting. Now the Paramount Chief na Nongoa, when are the other major town where they close to Yenga, and some local authorities them from Kwendu, Kisiteng Chiefdom, Kailaon District. for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports. Well, from that report, we come now studio and join with studio guests them. As I mentioned earlier, we get Abdul Karim Will, we are the spokesperson for Office of National Security, ONS, and also Abdul M. Fatoma, in the Executive Director for Chadi. We are campaign for Human Rights and Development International. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Saloon.
Good morning and thank you for Gateway.
Okay, today we look at the current situation of people we live in Yenga after one tussle happened after gunshots from the Guinea military. We make people run away, go to other places. Them well, inside 2001, Guinea troop then been deployed in Yenga for help Salon for fight the rebel war and keep the RUF them off the Kailawan district. And 2002, Salon and Guinea signed agreements say na Salon get Yenga and therefore give them back. In 2005, they've been signed these agreements for Gisalu Yenga. In 2019, the issue being resolved. Musa Guinea agree say na Salon gets Yenga. But inside 2021, Guinea soldiers them being come back and redeploy na Yenga. In 2025, tension don't begin escalate. Beside gunshots don't even come out. Guinea don't expand then presence na Yenga more than ever before. Well, for look at this within the current security situation and within the security sector they do make we get Abdul Karim Will, and within civil society we the campaign for human rights make we get Abdul M. Fatoma na the program. Abdul Karim Will, once again good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salo.
Thank you and good morning again.
Yeah, from that background, the Yenga situation, what in una make up of our security sector before we look at the efforts the Mona they do so far?
It's concerning because local authorities, local community people, we not do anybody anything wrong. They face that kind situation here, and it appears like say na greed and selfishness on some part of members of the GAF, because like you rightly state, efforts may don't happen over the period where the younger question not to be one way being difficult any longer, or because of the economic activities where they happen at the Makuna River. We find out say some people for their own individual benefits then go stop at nothing but for continue for hold Yenga to ransom, because the community says if not to say contrary to what some people they say when they do mining of any sort, but the river for access and we get for pass through Yenga, and by the treaties that we don't be established in the past, it seems like say na Guinea then they control exclusively all the economic activities where they happen on that river day, and so then go stop at nothing. Individual military officers then go stop at nothing for continue for maintain that hegemony day. Where the head of delegation, where government been saying na Yenga where they talk say now for selfishness make some people and they behave the way they behave so. And sadly, the people, some elements of the Guinean armed forces, some elements of the Guinean armed forces, and so over the period, we will only get reports of persistent harassment and intimidation of people that we reside on the part of Yenga or consider for be Sierra Leone, whether na Sokoma, Pogebendo, Waima, etc., etc. So because of them persistent reporting, before now we do joint border patrols for ascertain and reassure the people about the presence, about the safety and security. But that gap they would just go and come. It seems say some people they don't exploit them, and therefore we now decide say let we get permanent deployments now strategic areas including Sokoma. And these deployments now trigger some kind of a reaction on the part of the GAF personnel will lead to that situation. We even reports of a gunshot being fired on the air will emerge. So because of that kind development, in Kamwe, the people feel threatened. For say, if we dey on a net, sometimes they want to can't get the tendency for can't do things until we not go fine, and therefore they move in their numbers for come and settle na Kwendu town. And so because of that development, the pictures we make round on social media and other media platforms, government will constitute that delegation. We will go get engagement to the authorities on the ground. Okay. So one will get an opportunity for get first-hand information about what actually trigger this recent development, and how we go collectively able for discuss the issue and find a common, a permanent problem onto that. For me, maybe even though it will sound ironical, but this kind of development supposed to trigger an action for how we resolve the Yenga question once and for all. Right. Now that promised the National Security Coordinator will make maybe speak to the people and say the Yenga situation and major other border concerns between Sierra Leone and Guinea will become thing of the past very shortly.
All right. Forget things clear. Waiting lead will make the Guinean authority them fire gunshots.
Well, I think they then go best answer that question there, because there was no
able to talk to the authority them during the time ago.
The Guinean, the military authority. We talk to some Guinean authorities, but none of the civilian part, and they say no get answers to that kind of question there. We're not able to talk, unfortunately, with our military counterparts because they refuse to attend the meeting, even though we extend an invitation to them. And they look forward to them will attend. A day on several occasions with the battalion commander for 1st Infantry Battalion, they persistently call on in counterpart on the Nongoa side on the need for let you attend this meeting for let we get that engagement day. He refused to pick it up.
Now, Abdul Will, you say now selfish interest in the side of some Guinea military officers. Them, they say the central government of Guinea not even aware say they occupy Yenga forcefully.
I don't go talk so, because I go be very much disingenuous for making that kind of comment there. But the fact now that the Salon we know, in terms of the structures and the chains of command with the existing Salon, it not seem to be the same with what they obtain in Guinea. This joint technical commission, where the governments of both countries don't set up, gets people in Guinea where they in high places, all of the relevant authorities, from border commission to security to people in civil society to people who are lawyers and so on and so forth. So waiting any do we expect say therefore cascade same to people who get boots on the ground. We they do that one day and do so effectively. Whether they do them na something where somebody go or for question, because if they may do it effectively, it means then kind of situation not for the
Will, my colleague earlier asked you what in trigger for make Guinea soldier then fire. According to the explanation we'll get from Sukoma, then people don't really enjoy military dominance now the Yenga region. Hence, they not only capture Yenga, but they get other villages that we under their control, and one extent to Sokoma and other villages them. When they notice it, 2 Salon soldiers go na Sokoma, make troop come out Guinea and can warn them people and say we don't want to see Salon soldier na. And because they see plenty Salon soldier, then now they begin shoots randomly. Why is it that after they don't resolve this Yenga issue, Salon not send troop na Yenga for protecting citizens them, but left the entire Yenga region in the hands of Guinean soldiers?
Yenga is a small village. When we call a region, they appear, they paint a picture, let's say that some wide, a vast land. A small village, I understand from the point of view where they come out. But don't forget, say, before this development, we get Guinea troops them, we don't construct a permanent structure na Yenga, and they even get, I sure say that back in the one way we all know about, where the rights man since 1885, where they suggest say that they lay claims to that particular side. As to whether or not they for determine which Salon soldier man or Salon security for Kana, Sukuma, Waima, or Pogebendo, done in a something.
But now they determine that.
No, that's not the case. As we speak, I sure say you go there in Asukuma, we get full joint military and police deployment.
This after where the situation don't work.
Asukuma, they even back of back of Yenga.
No, this now after the situation done was before this time that then determine would have for go na Sokoma or would have for go na Yenga or surrounding villages.
So that
when they notice Salon Soldier, then go strictly and warn the people that say no one see Salon Soldier na ya.
So that tells you how it was in the level of even understanding, because you know go one civilian for say I don't want to see soldier man na. I think say for confront the military counterpart for say I don't want to see military president. But the position is we are going to maintain our deployments in Sokoma and other surrounding villages. I mean, where the head of delegation when he talk say he emphasize say patience and dialogue now when painful now when could be difficult. But if you weigh the option between violence or violent confrontation and dialogue, I think say the best option will still remain dialogue. But will they bring calm, then kind development here to the attention of the relevant authorities? What we've been doing at the meeting, it clear say the people of Yenga, they don't fed up with that kind of situation, and they call on the authorities of both countries on the need for let us in dialogue and find a permanent and immediate solution to the Yenga question.
Continuing for the week inside the program, in name now Abdul Karim Will, in the Director of Strategic Communications, Office of National Security. We call over now to you, Abdul Fatoma, Chief Executive for Chadi. You know, one of the civil society them we don't look at different issues them we don't happen at the country. Recently get for do with the Yenga issue as civil society. We're trying to make up of this particular issue. We are in Sierra Leone and they don't start to left that particular place.
It's painful to this country. And every territorial land of this country now a constitutional obligation of the government. I mean, the people of this country go careless which political party within our power, but the constitution places a high obligation on government of Sierra Leone for ensure say the people of this country are protected and safe. And for now we get an incident wherein some part of the country controlled by another country, it shows we inability as a country for protect ourselves. The painful thing is that since 2002, that the year we civil war done, now in Salon in Guinea signed the agreement, the first agreement, then inside the time of late President Kaba. And inside 2005 again, Guinea be acknowledged say they're willing and ready for return back the deployment base when I be Yenga to the government of Sierra Leone, so the people of Sierra Leone go get their freedom and liberty at that part of the country. And inside 2012, when Salon don't change an administration, we then say we don't change an administration. We get former President Nkrumah. He been signed another agreement again with the government of Guinea for ensure say Guinea respect the previous promise and obligations that we don't agree to in the previous two things. Inside 2013, the Manuel River Union, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, you know, with former President Nkrumah and the President we've been in Guinea, they also make a lot of emphasis, and by then time when they talk about regional security and development. So Yenga will be a prime issue because the inhabitant them na Yenga, the natives them from Yenga, then they over within these three countries, the Gizi people in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, and also in Guinea. So several efforts has been made, and the Sierra Leone government for be conscious of the constitutional responsibility. And this is not the far if you hold the Constitution of Sierra Leone. You go chapter 1 and chapter 2. It's very clear how it plays a huge obligation. For the government, you know, we don't get three administration. Way up to date, where would they talk this morning? They don't get the capacity yet for resolve this issue. It's painful for letting you in a young country, you deprive of your civil liberty. People that way they in that part, where we team talk to, they're not able to engage on the business. We go on the ground, you know, take to Sokoma, and we team attend the meeting at Kwendu where the government organized for ensure say then talk to stakeholders them and the people them and the youth them. But before then we've been on the talk to the youth leaders them and local authorities them the Sokoma and Kwendu Yenga area. Also, and a particular day been there, they want for come do them business. And they wake up that morning, the Guineans, and say, both Sierra Leone and Liberia, not the cross for can over, for can do the usual business with them in do. So they return the Sierra Leoneans and the Liberians. So the women, the way they do business on that side, with them not send the market them ahead, be totally be deprived for gain access to the market. Right. And that become a whole tension. And the anxiety and the insecurity where we people at that part of the country they live in, unless you're not patriotic to this country. But just imagine you us where you don't build, you don't buy land. If you're not to build land, your papa or whosoever, but you're in your own place. Then somebody come on outside, you can't snap now you gate if you get gate or it surround you. Say they come on a door for play or you picking them. Right. I mean, it's so emotional, it's so painful.
Right. Now, yes, Mr. Fatoma, this thing don't happen for long term, but this being term, it seems as if a little bit worse. Is it that now governments not seek the people interest in that particular side we see Guinea and them even don't go put permanent structure there?
Well, the Sierra Leone government, as I say, from 2002, when we start this effort, to 2025, it's over 20 years, don't feel the constitutional obligation for protect, or show concern over the interests of them people in there. In this country, we not look serious, the government and the people of this country not look serious about security issues, either national security or even personal security. We just feel say security issues now one common issues. We get countries, them budget. The security aspect they hit more than even the health care of the citizens. Why? Because when you protect your sovereignty, your military might and your military power. And we see that the sub-region there, when other West African countries want for actually send a message to the entire African continent or the West African sub-region, then they use their Independence Day for display the new arms and ammunition the way they don't get. Or the inauguration of the president. If you go, I mean, when I hear a story here a time ago, I think it was Musa or somebody, when a Guinean soldiers give all motocar tire to we own soldier man because they say they don't make several requests for even let them motocar get tire for the patrol. The entire they don't patch until the tire lost sense of patch, so you know able to take any patch anymore. So basically, that emotional torture alone, when we men then go get on the ground, it seriously go affect, with performance. And the fact that say we as a country we neglect with responsibility for allow Guinea military or Guinea authority for put structures now we own country not through diplomatic means but through forceful means. That alone is send a signal. Okay. So, from the organization point of view, we own position. Now, for urge the government Australian, for tell the Guineans and say, Yenga, based on their own agreement and acceptance, Yenga belongs to the people of Sierra Leone, and the people of Sierra Leone, where they live in Yenga, therefore able to enjoy the fundamental right like anybody where they enjoy the freedom and movement inside Freetown or any of the policymaker, lawmakers, politicians, civil society, or every facet of people.
Okay, before we go for break, is it that Salone security sector not get the capacity for protect society?
We not get the sufficient financial resources for even taking very good care of the security. We actually not respect the word security and the security sector in this country. We will not go out for Tokaya, but even themselves, they not get the required resources as ONS for actually coordinate national security affairs. You look at the military, up to now will not get chopper, helicopter will not get time. If you go even the space where they make for the helicopter, they land na concrete. I mean, the demarcations that you can't see it visibly from afar. So even in emergency, tell anybody for can land there, you get for take an experienced person. You go around concrete, it's all about scrap vehicles. You see they even take there as a dumping ground. I mean, that's disrespectful. You go to a military barracks there, you cannot believe that these men and women were sacrificed for join the army for protect we now this country. Now they face that. You go also to the police, you see police station there, how dilapidated, how challenging the environment there for these people there. We need for take national security issue as a very serious and important issue.
Also, the chief and chairlady for Yenga say because Guinean soldier them, they harass them, make some of them they get challenged for getting for eat, side for sleep, and safe clothes for wear. Then people have talk this in some interview to the democracy, with them they raise concern but the harassment where the Guinean soldier them they do to them. For more on this, make we join Musa Kamara.
Nina Township, Tamanyuma, Yenga.
You dey Kwendu now? What's happened?
Right now, where they Kwendu, the way I see the situation, where Guinea Soya and the actual train, I make a displace a kind of Kwendu town.
Where you follow us there? I mean, population.
The population will Kaya walk about 87 people then we don't displace na Yenga, we cannot destroy.
What's exactly happened for somebody who listen to you now? We make una finally to na Bondu and left Yenga.
Right now, what you make we to Bondu and Yenga, the condition where the Guinea Soya and the actual tree, we not go to the bush then, we do not give freedom more again. What you more make we pull your heart. Then can't cut through before we. I was saying that instead ambush no more being done. Then can't cut through before we. So we not go for Guinea. Then we not for Ghana Saloya. We just don't mean do no more. And we know the work at the bush then. We say we they get now we live. So then make we say escape. We can't acquaint to town here for let get cold heart small.
I mean for understand say we want go back.
Right now I go back. Me want to so this trusses and this shirt what in up to now come out. And not take even one from 6 1 move then I then close here move food. I don't even get 1 grain trusses for their account because the cut heart way he don't depend me. I don't even me picking the normal whole hand then account then.
Una go dey back. What did they say?
They tell we say let we not go back. Say we na Leoneans, we not to Guinea. Say Yenga na Guinea day. Say we not to Guinea, so we not for go back. Say let we sit down na Leone. All we chop we dey, we everything dey. Right now, we say we do so. For let we get what you dey itself na problem. If you then say let we be an atonya, all we property, everything we get out for, we let we get living inside. All day and that we there, we not get nothing, we not get job. They not they look at of we now we no more this so they waka na atonya. From see we left here and that we can't pass we never them. So they sorry for we give me 1 plate, we get picking them boku. If you then give 1 plate, what you they do with them? You picking them, what are they eat? So now that the money we the message to the authority right now what you need, we want go back na Yenga. Me I not the tell person lie. I want go back na Yenga.
Patients them.
How we go patient na ya? We not get lodging na ya, we not get it done. Me want to na police barracks are done. Me na township. Na police barracks are done right now. Na ground. Now all my family themselves are not they them together. All
lady from Yenga.
Yeah.
You dey Kwendu. What happened?
We dey Kwendu. Now them man them na Yenga. This soldier man them. Could be use them here them, but now this sleep and don't make we don't afraid. Tension with them can't sleep and I make we run away.
How lifestyle for you, Naya?
Oh, they not the yakba no more. No get full, no nothing. So not for the who come for them be here with sister then give you lodging, chop or you get 5 people then. Children then you meet the sister in back get 5. I wanna go able to survive, but they would manage. The car then can't go rich so. But one more allow it come back because for the all whole. We put her inside back. From Wednesday, we left out on around the 9 o'clock.
All the inside back now?
Yes, now 9 o'clock. Next, now we left that on the Wednesday, Thursday, today, Saturday. We're not sure if we'll meet them alive. So all things they don't put behind the normal. It's not easy.
Well, you don't attempt for go Yenga?
They not agree. Yesterday we go, they not agree. Day before yesterday we go, they not agree.
Who are they not agree?
Now then Guinness to Jamande. So once we don't come on, we not for enter again. They will fall then they will be go say for go take rest because we get small rest there. If we for go take full, at least if we not sleep they say they allow we sleep there. But for take full we can't eat here vegetarian then, but they not agree. So back we not force. Yesterday now we go then say meeting day today. We back we not force now we sit down. So they can't listen now the meeting out then they end.
How much people come out with?
Yeah, come out 8 weekend with myself 9.
Who you order from Bulem? People in still Yenga?
Yes. People then did it. That was 3 did it. 2 man, 1 woman.
And then 3 left Yenga. The balance don't come out.
Yeah, all don't come out.
Well, that's now the chair lady and the chief for Yenga. Me explain to reporter Musa Kamarausa. Me talk about the challenge whether they get. But as we tell now earlier on, say they get one of the member of parliament them for Kailan district, Honorable Engineer Fala Kenewa Tengbe. Now we get online. We go tell we waiting at the present situation at this moment, Yenga. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, Honorable, waiting at the situation at this moment, Yenga.
Yes, well, the situation no change much. It still remain the same. The Yenga, of course, we don't say CAF. One of the Guinean armed forces, we don't come build permanent structures. They may don't do the end of recent. The change will don't take place now that they don't slightly move off the camp, jump the Yenga village itself, and can station at the Peking, where then be illegally don't construct it in recent past. So as a result of that unlawful occupation, they may not stop the main highway, then block them, that's an international highway. So people don't get freedom of movement currently. So we said from the end, government don't respond proactively. They say don't can deploy troops. So we don't get them cut off from the west end, and we also get them cut off from the east end, for which now something like just 100 to 200 meters they between each military forces.
All right. Now, Honorable, you mean they Yenga over the weekend, and one thing we're not able to clear it up till now. Now the reason we make Guinean soldier shoot, what really happened?
Yes, well, there is a nearby village called Sokoma. This my village where you the team up of Sokoma. There you see, of course, Yenga. Sokoma they at the top hill. So there was this time we them don't they come, they enter, then do illegal registration. We have a reported one at the House of Parliament. They will suspect they want to do cartographic mapping, and during them processes, they know them don't they come. Civilians there, some they don't they balance, some they get discussions with them. So both them in the reporter, and myself in the reporter, other media houses in the reporter. So these latter parts now, unfortunately for them, they come for can stay permanently, and they meet we Australian soldiers around. Well, they were not in large number, but we they interface with each other, and they are say Anna Guinea, they are back say Anna Salon. So them in get for withdraw. So they tell them withdraw, then go explain it and Colonel Uba. Now that time they get for send more troops, and within the land on the Yenga soil, that time they will be people in the area that 3 gunshots. But from them, I want to say the place so far will not have any gunshots, and we Sierra Leone Army don't deploy, they don't move an inch, and just station outside and day while diplomatic engagement is ongoing.
All right, you mentioned say they may want to do cartographic mapping. Who are them people here? Is it the Guinean authority?
The Guinean authorities. Then they come, they cross all villages, so they just at the bank of the river and other outlying villages. Then they can't. So then will come, they ask the people say that they register, they want for can build pump for them, they want for can give solar light, medicine. That's how they started the fakeism. So we're going to report this, but we response time, unfortunately, to be honest, is very slow. So to return away, finally the plan said they want for stretch out or capture also Sukuma. That ended the meet now. Some soldiers are going to deploy. So my again.
All right. So during the time when you report this in the Parliament, what in the leadership mean do towards this?
Well, as you know, as a politician, when you get problem from your constituency, you get for reporter. So there was this time when whatever they do, one reporter or are they up, get or do write up send to immediate must with the leader of government business, and at times I can escalate them to the speaker for that they are aware. So I can also, whilst at the reporting that, then the foreign minister, the chief minister can also update them. So out of their engagement and they then update them, that's been the make we see some response. We then go say, okay, well, we're going to Guinea for our engagement with the people there. Then the foreign minister, they don't come, we get engagement with them. Now the garrison based building can illegally built. Then the force Brigadier General, EU Kamara been there. The foreign minister been get for make we candy. Then Givao, Honorable Givao, we don't candy. And me and Colonel A.B. Kamara, the battalion commander for Daru, also we don't candy. We don't go right inside Nongoa Guinea. We don't engage with them at the garrison base. Or I want to tell you the stark reality that the people are callous and they don't really understand it today. To date, why really they just want for the deprived way of their own sovereignty right.
Right. So lastly, what about the people we may not left them village them? They don't return or then still they out of the town?
Okay, I think them people and they initially then we stop them. Of course, we need for establish that premise. Later, a big meeting in the Nakwendria, then get engagement for which them get for send the paramount chief where they across come, and then we get some understanding. Say then we make sure say them people and they return. On the day of the meeting, where they go, where people want to return, they reject them. However, 2 hours later, they get for send message, say let them go. And yesterday now they sent through the paramount chief for say let the paramount chief make the people a return. But that is yet to be verified this morning. So we can forget CHISEC meeting this morning. So in that meeting, they will go establish the full facts as to whether all of the people have returned or some are yet to.
All right. Plenty thank you for joining inside the program this morning.
Thank you.
In name na Honorable Engineer Fala Tengbe, in a member of Parliament for Kailaun District, as we may give you updates about the situation presently in Yenga.
And Abdul Karim really don't be quiet for a long time in the program now, but he gets from the honorable member in the area, and waiting factual and that the Guinean military don't move from the base sending in Yenga, and they come further to Koindu. This is a situation where people not pleased with, and talk even there around say the people in next target now Koindu, and then they come Kailaun and also take the Moa River. This worrisome to now at all a security sector?
Honestly concerning, but for speak to that movement from the base towards Koindu, there is a backing. I should say that one don't be shown on various media platforms where the rights spanner since 1885. That making it a little away from Usai then do the permanent construction. So this recent development, it make them for move come to that breaking point, and they know they beyond that one day. But the reality that in a concerning situation, and that make will continue for get fruitful and effective engagement at the diplomatic level, so that we go resolve this there, because it is in the interest of the people that we resolve them without rancor. Where the paramount chief for Nongowa they speak, it clearly states as far as in concern, you know they see Salon person, you know they see Guinea person, they see the same people. It will interest you for note say people in another area they in the parrot beak. They all speak one and the same language, their customs and culture same, no different. Intermarriages don't take place. When you can Nongowa from Salon, you go to Nongowa. The somebody when a Kisi person where he reach Nongowa, he almost the home. The same thing for somebody in Nongowa where he come now with, and the same thing for going to Foya na Liberia. So then three people in there, they intertwined, they united. Now some external elements them, even though na national elements them, especially in the form of some security personnel, they come and reject. So he talks say, he talk also say the current situation. Not only they bring untold suffering to people in a Salon on the Sierra Leonean axis, the people in Nongowa also they equally feel the pain, because most of the produce them where they trade in now from Salon they come out, whether na cocoa, coffee and palm oil. Now from Salon they come out and go into Nongowa. With this recent standoff, the people under business people or even people for their own livelihood they in suffer. Yeah. So he appeal that a total demilitarization take
but this chief voting in the talk not so in the resonate with the military person. He gets the meeting where the paramount chief from Nongowa and the paramount chief from Salon side all na Sokoma then agree say make the people and go na them farm there after they be don't tap them not for go na them farm there. The day where all this meeting Guinea military then come for can investigate what in that chief and Salon chief can all meeting for. And then stop put one and say they don't want to see Salon soldier on that side. As you get from the MP, then maybe don't do cartographic mapping at that area. Now they supply them and other things there. This now a worrisome situation. What in ONS they do apart from this meeting where una go all where even Guinea authorities they not show up?
So from the scenario we present, it tells you say some element, some people within the security structure on the other part, sadly, they don't really show respect to authorities. I don't think say Salon military go come and then counter a formidable arrangement where the paramount chief of a chiefdom don't enter into with a company. You just discard them and forget about it.
But the people who think say no, they follow.
It's not the same thing.
But Salon still talk about diplomatic means with people where no they listen diplomatic protocol at all.
We get little or no option for that because that even in the interest of the people in Yenga. Not forget, not so out of fear for go into battle, not so out of fear for go into conflict.
Salon get the capacity for go into battle.
Two elephants will go fed. And what it go mean? Now the people in Yenga, now they go run away come na Kwendu, the people in Kwendu go run away come na Daru, and so on and so forth. Now people on either end, now they go suffer. Not forget say, sometimes in day it's easy for things say a big pass this person, I get weapons pass this person, I get might pass this person, and therefore if we go into conflict, I will defeat her easily. Most often it don't be proven for be the opposite end. I mean, I don't want to make reference to other countries because I don't want to be do PR like that to them. It is not out of fear, but it's out of respect for the people holding at that side. Because if you obstruct them through any conflict, engagement in conflict with counterpart them, they go spell doom for me. And we don't go into war as a country. We know what are the repercussions of war. So it only means even though it's difficult for engage in dialogue of this nature, one way you see insincerity on the counterpart, but no matter how painful it be, if that is the best option for the benefit of the people, they go for continue and pursue that.
As you talk about diplomatic means, report the show say them people here get influence over Bomaru, Fendu, Yaradu, and Bondu, and now the latest have been Pengu and Sukuma. Then one get influence over. How long this diplomatic means they continue? As then people will continue for can inside you land further.
I wish I get a blueprint answer, but I mean hope. I should say that the hope of every Sierra Leonean that we will put this behind we within the shortest possible time. The National Security Coordinator will be emphatic about that one day. That a concern that a peace day na Yenga na Hogebendu, Sokoma, and other things, it will affect the whole of Sierra Leone. If peace day, it will be peace for everybody, and therefore a pledge in commitment for ensure we resolve this Yenga situation immediately. Very shortly there is going to be an engagement of this boundary affirmation and Liberia, who say with Guinea and counterpart in the Casidon at the table. Okay. And then it don't be followed after the meeting will be hold na Kailau for discuss the issues there. A painful, a difficult, emotional, but I think so we'll go for continue in that trajectory because a day in the interest of the salon, a day in the interest of the people who reside there. So that at the end of the day, the issue of a border ownership not bring disunity among the same people.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine and can't put boundaries no more. The same people.
Continue for the way to inside the program. We'll come over to you, Mr. Fatoma. We'll not get better time because you left free at any time at the studio. You are waiting the member of parliament see concerning issues them where they happen. We are in say even though reports na parliament, but yet still we don't see any way forward. What do you think is the way forward at this moment?
Before going to the way forward, I mean, the Member of Parliament and the security sector representative here just confirmed my previous position, on this whole situation. That we as a country since 2002, when at that very year they we officially announced, January 18, said the war done at this country. I mean, we moved from a civil war and we signed a MOU or agreements with the Guinean authority for let and left, and they not agree for left. Till 2005, we go back and they acknowledge it and they left. So this creates a lot of insecurity for we as a country and the people the way they live in that part, of this country. So within this detail, we incapacity as a country for protect we own territorial integrity and we people them and look after them welfare. Now a serious concern for every Sierra Leonean. If the government not wake up to that, they talk to the people of this country. We need for urge the government for find any peaceful means for ensure say we people them where they live in that part of the country live in a peaceful life, even though we get social economic challenges in this country, but it will be better we day in a peaceful situation than we day in an anxiety. For let somebody live in a fear for 20 good years and above, emotionally not good for the health. Okay. Because we all don't come up from the civil war, and then they see the picture of war every blessed day they wake. So that's not good. And when you look at the attitude and the appetite of the Guinean authority over the eastern region of this country, we think that Yenga, Sokoma, they can't claim even Kenema. The Kenema people don't want for Yeridis. But if you then think that they allow, we as a country, with failure for protect this country, we allow Guinea for take over large part of Kailan and take Kailan. The next stop will be maybe Kenema, and the other side put Loco and Cambia. All right. Because these are very close, with the Guinean. So they encourage something where we other generation not go able for stand. And as a country where I say we get a lot of problem for let we move forward. I remember 2006 when Salon government be put them budget up to 26%. For empower the security sector, both police and military. 1 year ahead of election, we politicize that process. That we not get war, but we go buy more ammunition. And when an Escroman regime self buys on tank them, palo by them, it also, people they also politicize the whole thing. So we as a people, we just think that say security not important. You go now Wilberforce, a road construction company run by the Chinese, now they then depot day. And no country the way they compromise one of the biggest, military base, in the capital city, and really, subletter to another foreign national. No matter the gravity or the importance of that help, you go around State Avenue or Tower Hill, you will find a lot of structures there where pose a lot of security threat to this country, even Motokazem, where we ministers, MPs and people that way relate to senior government official. They drive motorcar that will not get number plate. Or cover the number plate. That alone is a threat to national security. But we take that as a fashion and say this that the people then this way they in power.
Okay.
So we as a country, if we not rise up to the deceitful nature of Guinea in this process, and then continue appetite for encroach and occupy Sierra Leonean territory, and with the fear that say we want diplomacy, yes we want that, but with people that they're under bondage. So how do we do that? How do we address that? The Constitution make a clear provision where it gives a responsibility to the government. So when we actually look at this whole thing, like Musa said before we go for the break, the threat na Yenga, they create a lot of economic instability at national level.
All right.
We only look at, because people go out for look at, if you want for can invest in Sierra Leone, first thing first, the security situation of the country. Is a peaceful country? No, then get a dispute with a neighboring country. And not a secret, we all know the Guinean military strength, how it heavier than Sierra Leone. But we don't get war groups and we don't fight war on a moral courage. You now look Hamas, now Israel get high military strength more than Hamas, but Hamas continue to survive on courage. You look at, in Afghanistan, you look at the Taliban and the Afghan authority, the weapons that the US supply, but you see that say them fight with courage.
So you recommend violence, or you recommend less alone retaliate? Is that the case?
No, I think listen me, they get it wrong.
All right. Now, Mr. Fatoma, one big thing where a lot of people concerned about recently now, we are in the Sierra Leone government allow Mamadi for come with Amoka and ammunition straight to his state house through the capital city of Freetown. Plenty people believe saying that for me under the Guinean authority they don't start for we saloon.
I mean, we not only don't do that once, for me unacceptable, but I mean this country either we get complex over certain individuals, we just get a strong weakness with that. Muammar Gaddafi be do that with we as well. He enter within military. Maybe you guys were more young or what. You bring a heavy military escort, and even grief or sleep inside any tent them build for us, and sleep there, and entire security be guarded by military personnel. Ghanaians recently they cry when the Burkina Faso president, head of state now, the military leader, go in the inauguration within the president of Ghana within peace too. Up till now, people get concerned. So I think we they take a lot of over familiarity and drop protocols that don't be with weakness in this country and even this sub-region. But me now one person will not trust the Guinean authority in terms of the promises, or even government of Sierra Leone tell we say that they meet in Liberia. Look, from Chastela in time, Helen Johnson Sirleaf, we are, and now Boakai, 4 presidents in Liberia. We still get this issue. Guinea, 2 civilian, and the rest now you will count the military, people there. Sierra Leone, we get late President Kaba, former President Kroma, and now we get President Malabio. So 3 leaders, and Liberia are 4 leaders, right? So we don't take parties inside and in the pawn out of the pawn negotiation. We get several other options without war. If this guy then not ready, ECOWAS don't fail we, Mano River Union don't fail we, because several times Mano River Union will not get the capacity. Look the office where they did. A whole regional body for 4 countries. With no disrespect to them. But we're not serious that this region for really treat security diplomacy issue as a sensitive and important issue.
But according to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Timothy, So you see, don't so they mean the way I say the next stop will be ECOWAS court.
I mean, like ECOWAS courts now. You see, these people that they even outside of ECOWAS currently, the very ECOWAS been not suspended. So how they go to court somebody we know the under jurisdiction? They say the A for goal. So I mean, we get the international, you know, Sudan and other countries and don't go through all that similar process like this. You know, Nigeria began this same thing with Cameroon. I mean, we have to find a amicable way as a country, but now we don't get the sense and the reality that Guinea is not prepared to live peacefully. They have demonstrated that several times, and with people then they're under attack, then they're under bondage. So the government for ensure that these people they enjoy their constitutional rights.
Thank you very much, Abdul M. Fatoma, Chief Executive for Chadi. You've been doing the program as within Chadi, make up of the Yenga issue. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. Please thank you for joining me in the edition of the program Good Morning Salon.
Inside the program, we start for look at messages, but quickly, we understand, say the Guinean authority them arrest Salon Soja. Is it true?
Not to we knowledge. I don't think it's not true. We don't get any report of that nature.
Okay, inside the program, we start for look at messages, Musa.
This one, they say, this is so sad to see our fellow compatriots being displaced in their own territory, but I'm not surprised. If the junta government entered this country with terrifying military troops without any caution, then I'm afraid from Medley Savage.
This one from Floxy say the Guineans see us a weak nation, not because of our military might. Okay, this one not too clear.
This one from Edwina John. Now with Facebook page, they say they are registering the people of Yenga as Guineans.
This one from Albert, they say, what is Fatoma saying when the junta leader of Guinea once drove his unannounced security through our state house?
Okay, this one from Lolo Gasparini in our Facebook page. They say the Yenga issue didn't start today. It has been there since the time of Jan Kaba and Ernest Baikroma. They had the chance to fix it and failed. So don't come and now and put all the blame on President Bio if at the sudden appeared. This habit of politicizing every national issues is dangerous and only hurts Sierra Leone progress. Enough is enough.
This one say the Guinea authority them really don't weigh Sierra Leone. That's why then they do some of them here.
This one from Osfred Kamar, they say the competing claims to this Yenga territory has been a historic issue with many diplomatic dialogue over disputed boundaries in the past years to settlements reached. Can stakeholders and related others consider areas of commonalities for both nations such as state farms or industrial estates done around these disputed boundaries? This will benefit both nations and deter unrest for those living there.
This one from Ishmael Sharif, he says Sierra Leone is a peaceful and law-abiding country. From 2002 up to date, they are dealing with the treaties and MOU that we are signed. So why the Guinean not following the same?
This one from Joseph Josiah, they say some of us have said it before. If we don't fight those guys, they will never stop. What they are doing? Ukraine knew they can't fight Russia, but they are still fighting.
This one from Macten and Yenga is a high-level government delegation which include prominent officials such as the Minister and Deputy Ministers of Internal Affairs and Defense, senior representative from the Office of National Security, Sierra Leone Armed Forces, and the police visited Yenga on Saturday to address the long-standing border dispute. With the presence of these high-level authorities, I'm convinced the problem of Yenga will finally come to an end by the grace of God.
This one from Explore Sierra Leone, they say, I have been to Yenga several times. Yenga is run by the Guinean people. Guineans are living there. They are using Guinean language and money. Even sell Guinean goods. I see some deployed military personnel there from Sierra Leone, but they don't seem in control of their entire premises. To be noted, Yenga is not the only territory lost to Guinea. Even some parts in the north, especially Falaba, has been completely capitalized by Guineans.
This one from Victor Fude say, what did the ONS ever done since the permanent building was built in Yenga by this military junta?
This one from Abubakar Rashid, now Facebook page, they say, Abdul Will, a person from the security sector, gunshot from the Guinean side. You say like Guinean authorities for explain that. You not think say now warning shots from their side and now waiting they see from we own side make then they give warning.
The last one I will take for now because of time. This one from Deborah Cole. Say, good morning, Radio D. Sierra Leone has celebrated its 64 years of independence, but till now the highest rate of corruption in the country has undermined the country development. Thanks to President Bio for his effort in all sectors, but honestly, even in the office of the president, there are people who are working against your development.
Okay, from that message here, we come to Abdul Karim Will. Abdul Karim Will, you don't get the messages them, within a response to them and the way forward for Yenga from the security standpoint.
So plenty thank you to the various texters. It appears like and that are the case. Yenga seem to be the most topical of the issues relating to border security concerns between Sierra Leone and Guinea. But the reality is not only Yenga na the question. In fact, by we assessments, we get over 35 other crossing points. We get contention, and what we think say na areas that we don't be encroached upon by Guineans. So, because of their concerns today, and because of what they happen now in Yenga, the Joint Technical Commission will then set for Guinea and Sierra Leone now for address all of their concerns today, and for states say their concerns are at the highest level. Then Joint Technical Commissions, what they talk about now the African Union, now they spearhead the discussion and they facilitate the discussions, with GIZ providing the necessary funding support. So yes, somebody writes say the Guineans have come do cartographic mapping. Their attempts to can do cartographic map for determine the population at that community day, but that they be resisted and stop them, even to the extent that they be one for begin for get out some tents them. So we go na Guinea, I mean na Kwendu, one of the things the way government will do now for supply the people them with the basic things them where maybe they may lacking through the DHM team na Kailaon. One other thing what we realize now, because of the economic activity where they happen there, and mainly Guinea are the beneficiaries. So one recommendation will come out also now for see how the Ministry of Trade and Industry will encourage the produce marketing company for established buying centers within and around the Yenga general area. We will now encourage Sierra Leonean business people for do business within Sierra Leonean territory, and anybody not take advantage of them because then they go sell there. I mean, somebody talk, and rightly so, that we law abiding or they follow due process. We're mindful of the relationship, the good relationship that exists between we and Sierra Leone, between we and Guinea, and we want to maintain that one or even improve on them. So over the period, now that kind posture now we don't get, and now we'll continue to forget because it is in the interest of the people. Citing Ukraine, Israel, Afghanistan, and so on and so forth. Now people and they die. Ukrainians and they die in their drones. People in Israel, people in Gaza, they die in their numbers. Not to die, they will go on for Sierra Leone. That make would they continue to exercise patience so that they will resolve this issue. I mean, Mr. Fatoma talks finding all peaceful means for resolve this thing. Nine are the way to go, and that kind peaceful means the nine are the position of the Sierra Leonean authorities for engage with to counterpart them, for bring and come to the attention of the relevant authorities. Very shortly we'll get a meeting in Liberia for discuss this and several other issues. We'll get a platform for bring and come to the attention. Will,
you say according to our findings, the Guineans them about 30 border entry points them they enter inside Saloon. But always when you see saloon borders or checkpoints, then they can be 7 miles off from the neighboring country. But Guinea, they use the opportunity for enter inside saloon. What you can talk at security level that when I don't find out say Guinea they can invade saloon by part.
Well, now that make now a realization of the fact say because we want to follow due process, we want to follow the standards will don't be established by international norms. Now that make even in we posture around the border communities, we also they follow that kind of thing because by right, your deployment for give room for buffer zone. You know can deploy exactly at the nose of the other person. If you do so, you get the tendency for spark of violence. So sometimes in the now then buffer zone they already left, now they other people and they take advantage and can't do their deployment. But now all of this make will say let we find a sustainable resolution to all of them concerns them, make the AU, the two governments of the two countries establish and joint technical commissions there. We get people and drawn from the security sector, people and drawn from the law, people and drawn from academia, civil society, and so on and so forth. So that when we resolve them here, maybe one of the recommendations so we don't give if they go by them, now follow we sign new treaties and discard their old treaties and because some of their treaties and they get a lot of gaps, they get a lot of lacunas which somebody can exploit and do things
we whether new or old treaties, the Guineans they follow the treaties. How soon how long will they continue for left buffer zone let Guinea go the enter inside salon?
Well, Guinea not to country in space. Now the same mortal man and they just like the same mortal man they were in a salon. I think say whether they abide to policies or non-policies, now we on posture will get for force them for also abide to waiting they don't sign up to by making the presence physical in the communities and make we people them also feel belong to Sierra Leone by erecting the structures them way for be permanent we get to security presence by even encouraging people them for do trade in country. Why it's not bad because in the 15th protocol of the MRU it say the unfettered movement of people them for be encouraged, and for that to happen it means say all countries they for abide by the thing that we signed up to. But I want to say without making any case on behalf of the Guinean authorities, but the fact remains something in the people and individuals who deploy in certain positions around the borders, they almost there on their own. Then I drag them go drag. They're not listen to any authority.
Alright, plenty thank you joining inside the program this morning. Name na Abdul Karim Will, in our Director Strategic Communications Office of National Security. As we there this morning, we made a look at the Yenga issue and same also we get inside the program Abdul Fatoma, we are the Chief Executive for Chadi. Plenty thank you joining inside the program this morning. Now good the content of the program. Good morning, Salon. We come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM.